Right, I think we've covered everything. Yes, you're allowed to entertain yourselves. Okay, I'm just going to turn it round. Right, just so you can see where we are. So that's the path down to the castle. But just before I go down, I just want to show you these boards. The signal's back again. There we are. So I'm just going to hold it here. And this is just some of the wildlife that's in this area. So we've got skylarks, we've got ravens, shrews, we've got otters, we've got some amazing little butterflies or tiger moths. And all sorts of things there, so it's all listed on the little plaque. I'll bring it in a bit for you. Hopefully you can get a postcard and have a little look at that later. It's just some of the things we have here. Now I'm just going to take you over to the next one, and this is the plants that we've got in this area that are quite interesting. Unfortunately, I think most of them are over now. We've missed most of them. Oh, I'd love to see an otter. There. So this is just some of the lovely little flowers and things that are quite unusual. Some of them are not so unusual, but yeah. And when I was here last month, there were actually still some blooming and we could actually see them. So yeah. I know. Where did I see an otter? Loch Leven at Ballachulish. It was Loch Leven, I think. Yeah, so that was really cool. Now, Castle Sinclair is about 3 miles north of Wick, and we're on the east coast of Caithness, so the east of Scotland. This castle was actually built to be one of the earliest seats for Clan Sinclair. Okay, you might have heard of the Sinclairs. Now it's a complex of ruined stone structures built, modified over a 200-year period. Right, if it goes, I'm just going through a gate here. If I can get, there we are. Sorry, I'll let you see. It's quite a stubborn gate. There, the actual lock is jammed, so it was a bit fun trying to get over. No midges. I'm not feeling any midges at the moment, thankfully. When I was up here last time, it was horrible. So that's Noss Point Lighthouse just up there. You can just see the lighthouse in the distance. I'm taking you to Dunnet Head over the next couple of days, I think. So they modified the first castle over about 200 years, and basically the Earls of Caithness, and they were historically one of the most powerful families in the area. But you know, Sinclair. Can I zoom in on the lighthouse? Thanks, Tish. I will try, but it's quite far away. Let me just see. There we go. Bring it down a bit. One more. How's that? Is that okay? It's probably a bit grainy. Trouble is when you've zoomed in that far, as soon as you breathe or twitch, it wobbles the camera. But the sky's doing some nice things. We should get a good, hopefully nice sunset. Right. Okay, so we're just going to head up here. Is it tomorrow? Thank you. Dunnet Head's tomorrow. I saw a puffin last time. Yeah, well, I saw a few puffins. I did Dunnet Head. I got overexcited. The rain was going sideways, okay? And then when it hit the cliff edge, it went up the way. And whilst I was getting soaked doing this tour, I saw this bird, and the shape of it made me think it was a puffin. But I wasn't sure, and everyone was going, oh, if you think it's a puffin, it's a puffin. I'm like, right, okay, it's a puffin. And I went back the next day, and there they were. They were puffins. I was so excited. Right, I forgot to post an image for you. I'm going to pop this in. Now, this is one of the information boards that's away at the end. Okay, now, for anybody that's not seen these before, you click on the picture and it'll give you full screen. And it shows you where we are, the area around us. Gives you some of the detail. Right, oh, puffins are amazing wee things. But as we come up here, you're beginning to see the castle. Right, and I can hear a plane. Oh, there it is, it's going into land just over there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's just disappearing. What's the bird on the right? Oh, I don't know. I saw some crows and things, but I've no idea. I must have missed it. Right, so this is another board. I'll let you get a screenshot, but what I quite like on the other side, it's actually a bench. Dual purpose, fantastic. Now, Girnigoe Castle was built about 1470, and additions went on through to the 17th century when the castle was renamed Sinclair. Oh, I think we're going to have to do this one in 2 bits. Right, okay, so we'll start here. There you go, if you want to take a screenshot. It's just kind of giving you an idea where we are and what's in the area. Now, you see the headland, right? If we look over, I don't think it's going to be clear enough for you to see, but that's what we're looking at in the distance there. So there is a lighthouse, but we can't quite see it at the moment, so I'll just show you what I was trying to... There. Okay, now I'm going to... Oh, wait a minute, that's what's wrong. Look. Can we get it all in now? How's that? Hi everyone that's just joined. I'm just trying to get you a little screenshot of this map showing you where we are. Right, and then I'll go to the other side. We get that bit in. Hi Becca. Now, one last little bit here, and hopefully you can get a picture of that as well. I'll just quickly show you this. Hi everyone that's just joined. It's just starting. See, it's a bench. Isn't that fantastic? A great way to dual purpose something. Oh, you can see the lighthouse from here. That's actually quite a nice one. Wait a second, we'll get that picture. How's that? Is that better? So that is Noss, N-O-S-S. Right, there we go. Take it back out. Okie dokie. Yeah. Right, we'll just head back out here. So, now originally it was thought that this castle, well, it was thought to be 2 castles, 2 separate castles, but recent sort of research and excavations have concluded that in fact it was actually just 1 castle, just lots of additions, lots of later additions being added to it. And because of that, it is now known as Castle Sinclair Girnigoe. It's looking quite ominous. In the sunshine it's beautiful. Here it's looking like something out of a horror movie. It's like Scooby-Doo. Right. How's the signal? We're on 3 bars, we've gone up to 5, the signal's holding out. Right, sorry, I'm just going to miss that wee bit. The part that we're in, this section here, you can see there's a fence. So the green part, that's grazing, but this part is a nature reserve. Okay, so this is to let the ground nesting birds and the natural insects and other mammals and things survive. So it's actually a little bit of a reserve here. Right, so we'll just head down. Now the castle itself, we can get inside it, and when I go across the bridge the signal will drop and then it'll come back. And there's a couple of bits inside where it'll do the same. At the moment, I know, it's crazy that there's a town behind us. It's mad. Oh, hi Kelly from Kentucky. Yeah, now, so the castle was a cultural and artistic and social centre for the region until the end of the 17th century. Now castles, most of the castles in Scotland, not all of them, but a lot of them, a fair few, up until transport gets better, were on the coast. So there's lots of castles that are built on cliff edges, and because of that, over the centuries, if it hasn't been destroyed by fighting or whatever, it's, coastal erosion will take things away. So when we were at St Andrews the other day, that's what happened with the Great Hall at the castle. It disappeared. It might look low-lying, but it isn't. We're actually quite high up. I'll show you when we get round. And I got told off by my husband because there's a little sort of spit of land that pops out, and I can get a signal and a really nice picture there. And he was not a happy bunny that I went along it. So the reason the castles are built here or anywhere that they're built is because of the sea and access to the sea. Plus they're usually high up, so there's a good view. So there is actually a natural little harbour here, which I'll try and show you, but the signal gets a bit ropey when we get to that bit. But yeah, I'll try and show it to you. Now there is some scaffolding and stuff inside. They've had to do some conservation just to keep the castle upright, because, you know, the trouble with buildings like this, when we have so many castles and ruins and ancient structures, that there just isn't enough money to maintain them all. So a lot of the time the repairs that get done are basically just sort of sticking plasters to try and just hold it together a little bit longer. It does have an ominous feel, it really does. So it's difficult. Right, try and get through this. So we're on part of the John O'Groats Trail, okay, and if we're going north, which we are, what is that noise? A cow, I think. It's quite loud. Right, okay, so the signal, remember everyone, the signal on this tour will come and go because of the location, so just be prepared for it disappearing and then coming back again. Yeah, the clouds are definitely setting the mood, because the last time I did this, we had a beautiful blue sky. It was absolutely gorgeous. Now, this castle, because of like where the land is and everything, strategically it was very important because of its position on the cliff overlooking the North Sea. So I'm just gonna, there's the castle, and I'm just gonna show you round and back. I know you think that we're quite low, but from here you can see we're actually quite high. Try refreshing. Is somebody having an issue? It does look a bit like a battleship, actually, you're right. And you can see the bedding planes there. Caithness flagstones are used, or were used, in lots of cities for paving. And in Caithness, you're back, brilliant. In Caithness, you'll actually see it used as fencing. Some of the houses are built with it. Some of the roofs are actually roofed with it as well. Now, you can imagine the weight in that. Right, so, how are we doing signal-wise? We're fine. Right, this is just another one of the little boards. I'll let you take a screenshot. You should be able to then zoom, have a look at it when you get back. When you get back after the tour, when we finish the tour. If walls could talk, indeed, definitely. Can you imagine? Right, so the signal will, I keep saying it, but it's just because it's going to do it. But look at that. So you can see that area below us here, that's where the natural little beach is. There's a little kind of secluded little beach down there. So you can understand why people would, you know, pick these locations, because they've got somewhere where the boats can come in, but they're also high enough up that they can see for miles and they can see anybody coming towards them. Right, I'm just going to get back onto the path. Now, during the Civil War, well, the Civil War in the 1600s, Cromwell's troops occupied the complex, right? And yeah, it was later damaged by cannon fire in a succession dispute. And it's been uninhabited since the 1690s. So I'm just going to take you over. How's that? I'll come over a bit so you can... There, it is amazing, and it's amazing how different it feels tonight to the first time. I don't know if any of you were on the first time I did this, but it is a completely different feel. Now, I think when I get round this corner the signal will go, but I'm going to take you to the boards and let you see them. The sky is doing some amazing stuff. Now, the complex itself passed out of Sinclair hands, but was bought back in the 1950s, and then it was donated to a trust. Then it was donated to a trust that was set up for its preservation in 1999. So, timescale, here we go. I'm going to have to do this one in bits because it's so long. So if you take a little screenshot of that, okay, so you can see what the artist's impression of it is. Then we'll come along to the next section, and you can see how it's kind of grown. It became uninhabitable because it was damaged with cannon fire and things. Plus, by the time you get to the end of the 1600s, going into the 1700s, at that point things are starting to change. Castles are becoming old-fashioned, and you're wanting to build new castellated houses type thing. I mean, you still have to have fortified residents, but there's, it's trends. Right, signal still with us. Too expensive to maintain as well. I mean, plus trying to get here as well. So here's just another nice little picture. The scaffolding is there for to keep it up, basically. Now I'm going to post in, I don't know if I already did this one. Did I put this one in already? Just to show you, that's the undissected version of what we're kind of looking at here. Now what's left, we've really got there's a massive gatehouse, that's still left. That was built in the 14th century. A large hall and defensive wall building was in the 15th century. The tower house was designed as the centrepiece of a major reconstruction or renovation, should we say, in the 16th century. Now the signal's just dropped, but it's come back to 3, so hopefully you can take a little picture of the fundraising board and the conservation. Okay, it would have been absolutely spectacular, and it would have been very imposing. As you're coming towards that, it would just be getting bigger and bigger, I know Lauren. It is this next section it's going to go, but that's fine. So now the renovation basically transformed the castle into a sort of a Renaissance castle, which was basically a sort of glorified fortress, Right, okay, I'm just going to keep going because we will. Oh no, we've just gone straight back up to 5. How strange. Right, well, we'll keep going, hopefully. So anybody that's planned places to sit and rest, so be aware of that. The Sinclair family, Rosslyn Chapel, that's the Sinclairs. So they're a very, very powerful family in Scotland. There's the signal. It just went. Right, it's gone again. How's the picture, or is it completely gone? It's okay. So you can see the little harbour area just down here. You've got this little one, and there was one over on the other side. And I'm just going to slowly bring you up so you can get the gatehouse in. You want to get a little postcard of that. And just bring you around slowly so we can see. You've got the gatehouse here. It's quite tall, hard to fit it all in. But then you have this new bridge that's been built. And as we look down, there is actually a path, but the signal went completely, so I couldn't take you down there. That takes you right down to the water. Just so that I can, and hopefully you're still with me, because I just want to show you this. This is obviously a memorial to someone who loved coming here, I think. Edith Seat. So there is a seat here for people to take a rest and just enjoy the view. And I'll show you the view. Isn't that stunning? Now it's worth the signal interruptions to be able to see this, yeah? Okay, right. This is why I wanted to do it, because there's so many locations that the signal's just not good enough, and I thought this was a great one to just, you know, ignore the signal drops. Okay, now the next bit, that's what we're going on to now. Okay, so if I'm not actually going to be watching what's on the screen because I'm trying to get up here without falling. So if you just bear with me for a second. The signal's gone. Let me see. The signal's back. Keep going down as I'm on a hill. Right. Okay. This is where I wanted to take you. I wanted to stand there and show you the castle from there, but my husband had a hairy fit. It's not my fault. He's not been quick enough to get the insurance. But I'm just going to bring you around slowly. Do you know what? It's just amazing. I mean, look at that stack there. Isn't that gorgeous? And I am going to bring you round. Now we're on 5 bars that went dropped to 4 there. Look at that. Now I'm going to walk down this bit, so I'm not looking at the camera just now, so if it disappears, it disappears. I'll come back. Right. Okay, we're on 3 bars. Is the image still clear? Hopefully it is. Excellent. Right. So here's the bridge. Actually, I'm going to try an Adam shot, which means turning it to portrait. Okay, no, it's okay. I'm not going to go any closer. So if you close your eyes for a second, right, close them now. Right, 2 seconds. Right, now you can open them. There, we've got the whole of the gatehouse chimney in. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just move it slowly so I don't make you sick. But I'm going to try and get as much of that so that you can kind of get the... Now you see how that is leaning. You can see that is leaning towards the sea. So that's, you know, that's looking like at some point it's just going to get one storm too many and disappear. Okay? And then I'm going to bring you back up, because in this, as we look at the tower, it's leaning away from the sea. The wall on the left is leaning in slightly. So yeah, it's mad. Right, now I'm just going to turn you back. So stop looking, close your eyes. Okay, you can open your eyes again. We're back. Now, just to let you see down here, so we have this other little sort of inlet that runs in. I mean, defensively, you can kind of understand why they built here, because the only way is the sea. Yeah, I mean, that's it. People look at the past and they go, oh, they were so primitive, or oh, they, you know, and I'm like, I couldn't build a castle with rock like that, you know. Very strategic indeed. It's like when you look at the cairns, the burial cairns, they built burial cairns that are like basically a stone version of an igloo type thing, without any mortar, and those things have been standing there for 4,000, 5,000 years, and you're like, primitive? Really? Okay, now I'm going to take us in to the castle. I'm sorry again, I think I'm probably going to overrun, and I have no idea how that happened, because I thought I was doing well time-wise, but anyway, so I might overrun by a couple of minutes. Now when I go into the castle across the bridge, there will be, actually look at that, you can see You can see the lighthouse in the distance. There will be a bit of signal dropping, okay? Right, here we go. It's such a narrow wee path. Right. And remember back in the day when they built bridges like this, there was no metal. It was all done with wood. Right, hold on. How's that? Is that okay? There we go. Oh, thanks for the tip, Tim. Thank you. Right. Excellent. Let's head across the bridge. Now, we're still got a signal at the moment. I will go through the... I just want to turn around here and just let you see. To this part here, and oh, come on, signal you. Oh, come on, you've got to come back. Right there. Oh, where were we? We had 3 there for a second. Oh, 3. Right, I'm not moving. Oh, right. What did we miss? I'm trying to get the signal. Right, it's... Oh, wait a second. Right. Okay, come on, come back to me. You did so well. Right. Okay, here. Right, we've got 2 at the moment. Right, I'm going to stand... Oh, it's just gone to 1. Right, wait a second. I'll try through here because it worked through here the other time. There's 2. The signal's just completely gone, but we're in the castle. Oh, the signal's just gone back up to 5. I'm standing still. Now, the lack of maintenance, combined with exposure to the harsh coastal elements over 300 years, as well as being vandalised, have left the structures in a roofless state and in varying states of ruin. I'm not going to move, I'm just going to stand here and go around slowly. Now, most of the section of what was originally called Sinclair, Castle Sinclair rather, was completely ruined. Right, let's see. There, okay. The chimney, the outer walls and an access passage still remain and are in need of repair to keep them standing. So we've got a lot of problems with things. Now, I am going to just show you up. Oh, it really does. It drives me insane. Now, I'm going to zoom in because there's still some really nice details. Hope you can see that. So that's been carved. It's really nice. And then if we look up, I'm going to move it slowly. Hopefully everything's going to be okay. As we go up, you can see more detail there. And then you've got this corbelling as well. So there's quite a lot left. You know, there's still some detail from the original castle, the original outside, if you know what I mean, the decoration part. So I'm just going to bring you back down to a reasonable... there we are. Yeah. Now, most of the section that was originally, like I say, they have done some fundraising for it. There has been some... work done, and that's what all the scaffolding is about. It's actually supporting the structure. We're getting quite a weird colour contrast here with the green of the grass and the blue of the sky over there. Now, the ruins of the tower house, which is, I don't know if I want to risk it. Oh, jerk indeed, yeah. Now, I'm just, right, that I've gone to, right, we're back to 5. I'm moving slowly just so that we can try and keep the signal. Right, how's that? There. So you can see quite a bit of the tower house there. Now, the ruins of that were in danger of collapsing into the sea. Remember when we were standing back and we were looking and I said it's leaning? And in addition to that, the cliff walls supporting the castle were actively falling. So when you build, it's actually a charitable trust that own it now. It had been owned by the Sinclairs, but because of the state of repair and other things, these are money pits. It became a trust. A trust took it over. So with the cliff edge falling away over time, cliff erosion, yeah, that was causing problems because that was then undermining or making it unstable as well because the supporting understructure is gone. So yeah, they're basically, it's in a holding pattern, and it's, you know, how do they, with so many castles in this kind of state, it's difficult how to work out how to, you know, get the money for it. So in conjunction with the World Monument Fund, Clan Sinclair Trust, Historic Scotland and Caithness and Sutherland Enterprise, plus the Highland Council and the Heritage Lottery Fund, they provided a grant in 2003, and through that the Crest Foundation surveyed it, stabilised it, and then the work included building the bridge, as well as emergency consolidation of the northwest and southwest corners. So you're looking at it and you can see that it still needs help, but they've done what they can with the money they had. It's a shame. Yeah. The pink rock will be from this area. There'll be pink. It's a pinky coloured sandstone. So it will have come, it'll have been transported here. Oh, look, the sky. We're going to get a sunset at some point. There you go. Right, now I'm just moving as slowly as I can so that the signal, we get as much of the signal as we can. So we've got little rooms here. I'm not going to show you it because when I went in the signal disappeared, but the last time I was here I was able to show you it, and there's actually a latrine in the corner. But you can see you've got a window here, then you have another window. I think there may well have been a chimney there. It looks like there's been, yeah, that looks like it's a chimney where it's hollowed in there. And then, I don't know, I'm going to try and risk going up here, but if the signal looks like it's dropping, I'll come back down. I don't want to mess anything up. Just so you can see, oh, the signal went, oh, they were back. I wasn't allowed to go all the way. Now, when I came through the gatehouse part, which is to the left of us, I couldn't actually show you it because the signal completely disappeared. There is actually a gap where the portcullis was. So there's actually a place for it to slide down. Oh, the signal's gone again. Right, okay, I think we're pushing our luck now, but I'm just going to try and move into the middle a bit so you can see a little bit more of the ruin before I let you go. So, it's all good. Excellent. So there, now, moving slowly, trying to keep that signal as long as we can. Right. I'm going to try, she says. Let's see. Okay, let's just try it. Right. Okay. Pushing my luck's the fun part, I know. Right. How's that for a view from the castle? Not bad, eh? It's amazing how nature just takes over again. And you can see like all the grass and the plants growing. Oh, that's the signal away again. Right, oh, come back to me, please. Come back. And there's the bridge. Right, what I'm going to do is, because the signal keeps dropping now, I think we've actually had a good innings. We've managed to see quite a bit. So Oh, the signal's gone. I wanted to say goodbye. Oh, let me see. Right, 2. You're coming back. Please come back. Oh, you're here. Oh, okay. Right. I'm going to risk it and just go over to one last corner because it's... Oh, thank you. Bye. Thank you, everyone that tipped. Thank you, everyone who sponsors me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone that came. I really appreciate that. And we've got 2 bars. I don't know if you can see it, but I just wanted to let you just get... Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's beautiful. So, yeah. Thank you everybody. I appreciate you coming along because I love doing this job and I'm not getting... hopefully next year's going to be better and things will go back to semi-normal. But I will still do... Oh, what kind of birds were they? Oh, sorry. Saw little birds. I will still do these tours. I'm never going to stop because it's such an amazing way to bring people together. Now, if you enjoy how I do tours, please feel free to follow me. For the people that are new, and you'll see that there's tipping and there's sponsoring. It is a free platform, so if you're in a position where you haven't got the funds, we'll all understand because we're all in a tricky situation at the moment. So I don't want you to feel you can't come on one of my tours because you can't tip, or you can't come on one of my tours because you won't sponsor, or, you know, none of that exists. That's just a piece of nonsense, you know. Yeah, I love seeing people, and there is a little bird down there, but I don't know what it is. Right, sorry, I'm obsessed with birds ever since I saw my puffin. I think we're probably... No, I'm not looking in the right spot. Where's it going? There it is. No, those are pigeons. Right, I don't know where it's gone. I'm getting blown away by pigeons. Pigeons are just they're making fun of me now. They went, ha, you thought you were seeing a puffin. No, it's a pigeon. Right, let me see in case I've missed any questions. Well, see, that's it. People can't travel, you know, for health issues. And I mean, the first virtual tour I actually really did, and this was before the sort of pandemic thing made it happen, it's because one of the people I'd had on tour, her friend was, well, she was terminal, and she'd always wanted to see Edinburgh, and she'd never managed to get here. And I won't kid you, it was rough. Like, I mean, we didn't have the gimbals and that kind of thing at the time, and we didn't know about them. So when I did that, it was like a Facebook Live type thing, and it was awful. But at least she got to see it, and that's the way I look at it. I mean, you know, some people are stuck in their houses for all sorts of reasons, or can't leave their countries for all sorts of reasons. And you know, if this gives you a bit of escapism, or even a feeling of being with, you know, friends or company, or that you're not alone, I think it's brilliant. I think it's fantastic. I'm not saying it's perfect. There's things I would change, but you know, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's kept me sane, because that first year I was going absolutely loopy. I couldn't handle the fact that I wasn't being able to talk to people and show them around and that kind of thing, because I've done that for 22 years and it was all taken away, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It was just like, it was crazy. But yeah, so this is really good. Anyway, I'm sorry I've overrun. The signal's perfect now. It went too fast. Was there really... Well, see, mine says 173, but I never know what it's... because I don't know how the numbers work. It always confuses me. And I came out without my baseball cap, so I'm doing this wild and woolly thing as well, so... It's not a good look. I'll look like a demented old woman. It's like, next she'll have her cat and she'll be petting it. No, actually, my cat's a killer. She's terrible. She gives you a walk by slashing every morning. Right, anyway. Oh, thank you for mentioning accents. I forgot to say that at the beginning. If there's still any newbies on at this point, if you're having a problem with an accent on a guide, headphones, earbuds, they're a really good way to deal with it, because they take all the surrounding noise out, and it means your ear can tune in much better. And if the volume is a problem, because like I'm a wee bit deaf, so a lot of people will watch it on their iPads or whatever, but they'll turn the volume up on the phone. You might get a bit of a lag, but you can hear better. Do you do private tours in person? Yes, I do. I do private tours. They were talking, I think they were talking about on HeyGo doing private tours on HeyGo as well for virtual tours, which I think is brilliant, because the times that we do tours and things is it's not always great for people, because time zones and things. So I think it's, my dad's a Gordon. His clan's Gordon. My mother was Buchanan. Oh, no offence to anybody that's Buchanan, but that tartan is hideous. It's like yellow and orange. It's like somebody has had a really bad day and has a really bad hangover and they want to punish people. It's just so garish. It's mad. Anyway, I am just going to turn it round one last time, because there's better things to look at than me, and the signal is with us. So I just want to kind of let you have a little look before I go. Oh, your dad was from Scotland. See, it's amazing how places can stay with you. Thanks everyone. I'm just about to finish. I just wanted to let you have a little listen to the sea before I... Oh, the signal's gone. Right, okay, it looks like the signal gods were telling us, no, it's time to go. So that's the gatehouse part that we came through. And halfway along, there is a narrow gap. It's maybe about less than a foot. It'll be about 8 inches wide, and that's where the portcullis was. So it could be raised up and then dropped really quickly so nobody could get into the castle. Okay, right, thanks everyone. Thanks for the tips, thank you everybody, and thanks for coming along. I really appreciate it. Right, bye.